Hello everyone and welcome to Infiniti of Nashua and Car Guy 1999 Reviews. Today we have something very special. This is the 2025 Infiniti QX80. This one is pre-production, so not 100% finalized, but it is as close to the production version as you are going to get. Absolutely gorgeous interior. Being the autograph, you of course have gorgeous dark accents throughout, full air suspension, Klipsch 24 speaker sound system is absolutely amazing. 450 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque from a 3.5 liter turbocharged V6, derived basically from the Q50 and tweaked a little bit more, bored out to be a 3.5 liter. So I have not actually driven this thing yet. This is going to be kind of as we go. Extremely comfortable seats. The one thing is I'm blown away by how comfortable this is right off the bat. One of the big features, of course, is your dual screens. Absolutely amazing interface, really easy to use. Obviously Google built in, Google Maps, extremely responsive. Overall, the whole interface and everything is so easy to use, so responsive. It's just absolutely easy. All your different drive modes are all here: personal, standard, eco, sport, tow, and snow. With the Sensory and the Autograph comes standard with four-wheel drive. The Pure and the Luxe are available in either rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Roll into the power here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I believe it's 112 pound-feet torque more than the previous gen, which is unbelievable. 103, sorry.
516 total. And a 9-speed.
Yes, that's right. New 9-speed torque converter auto. I'm assuming it's a very similar unit that's in the QX60, just obviously tweaked to handle the increased torque. I will say I am shocked at how smooth this is. How flat and stable. I know we talked about it in the training, but this is kind of next level. That is downright impressive. No brake dive. Very minimal.
Do you want to try the adaptive cruise?
Sure.
Okay, blue button, and then there's a set button.
Perfect.
Set, and then to adjust your speed, you can click the toggle up or down. Each click is 1 mile an hour.
Perfect.
Now you're automatically in the blue mode here because your steering assist is on.
Yep.
And once we get past this merge, you're already in blue mode. You're in the hands-off mode now. So basically, what it will do is it will maintain the proximity versus the car ahead of you. It'll keep you in your lane, and you don't have to touch the wheel at all. I went 42 minutes in the hands-free mode driving from Buffalo over to Rochester on the tollway. So if the road is HD mapped and there are good lines, you're in hands-free mode for as long as you want. Now, if you do come up on a vehicle ahead of you that's going slower, it will suggest that you, if you want to, you can pass on the left. Then you just press the passing button. It will turn on the blinker. It'll pull over. It will get into the next lane, pass the vehicle, and then prompt you to pull back over. So
That is really cool.
It will temporarily, just for a couple seconds, it'll kick you out of the hands-off mode. It does want you to have your hands on the wheel as you're transitioning from one lane to the other.
Yep.
But then it will go back to the blue mode.
And then it said it knew the lane was ending coming up, so it went out of hands-free. So it's very, very smart system. I don't know, you said in the training if there's construction going on or anything like that, it knows, it's smart, it's not going to put you in a situation. You know, it's a very, very safe and smart system. Obviously, this is the first time ProPilot 2.1 has been in a car, so it's actually a really good system, just in that small little bit.
It's funny, just between us, I was really concerned about the passing mode.
Yep.
It is one of the best features of the whole system. It is incredibly good.
That's it. You know, I've just driving a bunch of different cars at this point and figuring out what I like, what I don't. Some of these adaptive cruise controls, you need to move a lane over, and as soon as you turn on your turn signal, it's like it doesn't recognize the car in front anymore, and it starts speeding you up right towards it. I'm like, no. So having a built-in pass mode, especially like you said, for 42 minutes, completely hands-free, and you just need to make a simple little pass, just lightly keep your hands on the wheel to do that. It's just making the journey easier. And having massaging seats in first, second row, cooled seats, the biometric cooling, this is an absolute just road trip car.
Absolutely.
And I'm amazed too, you know, it's a big car, you can't get away from physics, but how this drives like a smaller QX60, and I just don't know how they did that.
And it's not a lightweight vehicle.
No, it's not.
Your curb weight on the Pure is around 5,600 pounds. I think the curb weight on the Autograph is over 6,000. That's not the gross vehicle weight.
Right.
Gross vehicle weight rating on all trim levels is over 6,000, so they'll all qualify for the federal tax credit.
Which is perfect.
Which is wonderful. But it's not a lightweight vehicle, but boy, it sure feels light.
Yeah.
We ran this on the racetrack down in Austin, Texas at Circuit of the Americas, and we all agreed that after driving it and really putting it through the paces for 6 days on that track, it handles and feels like a larger sedan. Certainly not like any three-row SUV we've ever driven.
Absolutely. And it's so weird that something so big can drive so small. And I'm kind of blown away by when the new QX60 came out. It was like my first week working at Infiniti, so I was like, okay, cool, this is kind of neat to see how this goes. It was like a 2-generational jump. This is very much the same, if not a 3-generational jump, on just how different they feel, how much the technology has just leapfrogged ahead. And then when the sticker prices came out and everything, I was like, oh boy, that's a lot of money. This is the first time a QX80's been in the 6 figures. It's a bargain, still a bargain at this price point. It's all the materials, every touch point you see, everything you'll feel on a day-to-day basis is all so high quality. Alcantara
on the headliner.
And even on the A-pillars too.
Yep. As you mentioned, the biometric cooling.
Yep. See, I was a huge fan of the 5.6. One, it sounds unbelievable for what it is.
Yep.
So I was a little like, all right, how's the V6 going to be? And I think a lot of customers are, you'll have those people that are like, it's not a V8. All those concerns are completely gone now. It's, like you said, the second you start to roll into the power, you realize that the torque is right there. You can tell it's very much power curve, and you just have torque all the way through the rev range. And I don't know, it's just, I could put 10,000 miles on this in a day and be perfectly happy. I don't think it's physically possible, but
I put on on 3,000 in less than 3 weeks, and I'm loving this. So.
Yeah, because I think you said you drove it from Michigan.
Yep.
Which, and then you said a lot of the main highways and everything are mapped with ProPilot 2.1, so.
Yep. It does require a high definition mapping from Google, but many of the major highways are already mapped out. As long as the lines are in good shape and there's no construction, you can be hands-free in many, many places. Not secondary roads, but the main highways for sure.
Right, and at the end of the day, if you are on a secondary road and there's a lot of turn-offs and different roads, I'm not at that point personally where I'm comfortable with full hands-free just in case something comes up. So the only place I would even think about using it is on these main highways, which 90% are mapped up anyway, 99% at least.
I believe we're also going to be coming up with a database that shows where the HD mapping is. I know it's available on the Nissan side for the Ariya and some of the other vehicles.
Perfect.
And we'll be doing that, and of course that will be have to be a live kind of document, so because it's being updated every single day.
That is.
Isn't that amazing?
Okay. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, wait a minute. That, oh, wow. And okay, that's, 5/10 max. I've never taken that corner in a 3-row SUV and said, there's more there. That's...
A lot more. That's...
I mean, like you said, the first time you guys really got to drive this was on Circuit of the Americas. That is just really, really cool.
Now you notice at the stop it does have the start-stop feature. Some people like that, some people don't. So there's a hard button there on the dash. You can defeat that. You also have a button over there that'll trigger your hatch as well. And then also you'll see a button which is your steering assist.
Yes.
Now, some people are like the steering assist, some people don't. So you have the ability to turn it on and off immediately.
Perfect. And then with sensory and above, you have the
inside.
Well, you do have the inside camera, which you can see obviously there. I was gonna do the outside, but I don't think you can view that while you're driving.
Outside cameras here, inside cameras off the here. And
easy
these
enough.
will stay on for a little bit while you're rolling, but not, you can't go very fast with them.
Because I think that button really is for tricky situations and parking lots, stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna stay on for a little bit, but once you start moving, it's gonna be like, okay, I think you're okay now.
I have fallen in love with these cameras, and in the space of 2 days, I realized I can never now live without them again.
Yeah, it's so weird how once you have a feature in a certain car and you've grown accustomed to it, you can't live without it. And one of those things for me was cooled seats. The first time I drove a car with cooled seats, I was like, okay, yep, I'm not buying a car without it now.
Yep. Yep. Now these cameras to show you the lines, to show you exactly where you are relative to the lines and where your wheels are.
That is...
That's your through the hood view, and remember, when you see the double-ended arrow, you can combine the image to show exactly where your tires are. Again, for car wash or for parking.
And I was gonna say too, I was worried that if you didn't have the camera on, it didn't automatically map that. But we didn't have the cameras on rolling up to it, and yet I hit it. So if you're driving up to a situation like, I really want to see where my wheels are, you don't have to be in the camera. So that's genius.
It does have to be in drive, and you have to have moved forward at least one car length with the vehicle going forward to get this through the invisible hood mode, if you will.
But that is just so... It's one of those things where you're reading it in the brochure and you're like, that's gimmicky, and then you start to see the application in person and you're like, okay, that makes sense. Same thing with the biometric cooling. So the 3 main zones: driver's seat, passenger seat, rear seats. Like you said, you go for a walk, or somebody, let's say it starts pouring rain, your significant other's on a walk or a jog, whatever. You hop in the car, all of a sudden they recognize that they're warmer than you are, bumps up the fan speed to cool them off. That's just so cool.
Speaking of cool, about the cool box. Again, what you can do is keep beverages in here as long as the engine's running and the AC is on and this is turned on here. You got a nice little cool box that'll cool down your beverages while you're driving as well.
Pun intended, that's a pretty cool feature. Let's see how it goes from a stop. This is a 6,000 plus pound SUV. It takes off and drives like a sports sedan. I you know, yes, I am filming, but I'm genuinely surprised at how well this thing corners. That is just really impressive. I don't know, this Infiniti, I think, has turned over a really impressive leaf with this thing. For a flagship, this is one heck of a car. And yeah, I'm excited to really start seeing these start to hit the lot, and I'm very, very excited to hear what people think. Some of the first customers that are going to get to drive, some of the ones that come in. I'm very, very excited to see how this the public reception is, and I can only just imagine how I'm really kind of curious too to see the trades that come in with it too.
You can put it back over there if that's easier.
Oh yeah. You know, just seeing what people are coming out of, what they're comparing it to, it's just gonna be really, really cool. But thank you so much for letting me take this out. This is awesome.
Absolutely.
But thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.